What's up, guys? I'm back with another video, and today I'm gonna be talking about if I think Giannis can win as a number one option with the Milwaukee Bucks. I've been thinking this for a little bit now, with his latest disappointment in last playoffs, and he's not looking unstoppable in this year's regular season, although he's playing really well like he always does in the regular season. But I'm gonna just talk about if this year it will be able to translate to the playoffs or not. So if you like this type of content, like subscribe on the video if you haven't already, and let's get right into it. These last two seasons for Giannis have been great for him in the regular season. He's been a really good player in the regular season as he's won the last two MVPs, and his team has been the best in the East for the last 2 years. But it just seems like when coaches have a chance to game plan on him and to not let him just get into the paint with ease, it seems like he gets stopped and he's not as good as a player. And it hurts his team a lot because he is supposed to be the best player on the team. And there's not a lot of great ball handlers around him. In the past, there wasn't a lot of great playmakers around him in the playoffs besides Chris Middleton. Eric Bledsoe was very unreliable. Dante DiVincenzo was still young. And the rest of the guards on the team just weren't that good. So it just seemed like it was all on Giannis, and he's just not built for that such a ball dominant role with the ball in his hands as like a guard type of player. And last year, the Miami Heat just had the players to stop him with Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Jay Crowder. They just had the players to not get bodied by him, players that are just as strong as him, players that just didn't let him get into the paint. They had the personnel to stop Giannis. Now I'm going to talk about the additions the Bucks made in the offseason. Obviously, the biggest addition is them trading for Drew Holiday and trading away Eric Bledsoe. But they also had a couple other additions and subtractions of their team, like Wesley Matthews leaving and others like that, because Wesley Matthews was great for perimeter defense. And on that bench, all the guards can really not play defense besides Torrey Craig, and Torrey Craig does not get a lot of burn on that team. DJ Augustine cannot play defense. Brent Forbes cannot play defense. DiVincenzo's in the starting lineup now, and he plays decent defense. But off the bench, there's not a lot of defense on the bench. Bobby Portis is not a good paint defender. It's a lot of offense, and the offense is kind of iffy as well sometimes with their shooting. Brent Forbes and DJ Augustine have a lot of cold nights. But now I'm gonna get into Drew Holiday because that's the biggest addition, obviously. And with Drew Holiday, I just knew Mike Budenholzer was going to have Giannis being more of a pick and roll player with Drew Holiday because he's such a good driver and a decent ball handler, and he's strong so he can get to the hole and he can be a great playmaker for Giannis. But this year we just haven't seen Giannis be the roller in the pick and roll. We've seen him have the ball in his hands a lot, just like he has the past couple years, and sometimes he's just not a good decision maker, and he gets a lot of charges called on him. Sometimes Giannis just needs easy baskets, and with those easy baskets is Chris Middleton or Drew Holiday in a pick and roll with Giannis more often, because those two are good playmakers. Even DiVincenzo. If you have a player like Giannis, it doesn't matter who's on the ball with the pick and roll. He's that athletic and he's that special. But you went out and got a good playmaker, so you might as well use them too in a pick and roll, and you can give him easy baskets when sometimes you just can't let him bring the ball up and think he's just gonna go to the rim and dunk on somebody. He can't do that every time. It's the NBA. These are grown men, and grown men have feelings. They have aggression. They are aggressive. They're not just gonna let this Greek dude just come down the paint and dunk on them every single time. That gets old. He gets charges drawn on him. He gets locked up. Sometimes he can't get to the rim. Then he airballs. Now his confidence is low. You gotta give him easy buckets sometimes, and that's why I think Mike Budenholzer is not a great coach, because he doesn't know how to make adjustments, whether it is the playoffs or the regular season. Just let him be more of a post player. They want him to be LeBron when he's more. They want him to be LeBron when he's more. He should be in more of like a Joel Embiid type role, or Anthony Davis, more off the ball a little bit more, and have Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday on him, because they are really good playmakers and they can get him easy buckets. So that's why I am not a big fan of Mike Budenholzer and not a big fan of how the Bucks run their offense, because you don't have Drew Holiday on the ball enough for how much you traded for him. Alright, guys, that's all I got for you guys today. If you like this type of content, like and subscribe on the video if you haven't already. This is more like a rant type of video because I think Giannis is really good, and sometimes I think Budenholzer is limiting him from being that. And I also think Giannis's play style is limiting him from being that. It's more of a 50-50. So I think those two need to get together and probably need to get him some different looks in different places. Somebody needs to talk to Budenholzer. Somebody needs to talk to Giannis to make that successful because he has good players around him now that can get him the ball. Anyway, if you like I said, if you like this type of content, like, subscribe, and the video if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time.